Yo, can't will. And I had some concerns, and I thought, what better time than to address them than right now? So here we go. Yo. Hey, check me out. Hey. Let's have a conversation about the world and the way things are now. Come chop it up with me.
What's up, Tea Timers, and welcome to another episode of the Tea for Real with your boy, Marcus J. Cook. Now, if this is your first time joining us, this is a show where I invite people on the show to discuss with me everything that's happening in the world right now. We're talking about everything from politics to religion to music to celebrity gossip to movies and more. And, of course, we got a little tea thrown in just for good measure. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you guys can find out when we are uploading more content. So this is our big 10th episode, and I knew that I wanted to do something very special for our big 10th episode. You guys have asked me, like you emailed me, you have inboxed me, and you have stopped me in the drive-thru at Church's Chicken to ask me what is going on with the tea. Now, I want to introduce my guest today for the 10th episode of the Tea for Real. Welcome to the show, our resident intellectual on all things profound, Ramone. Ramone, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Next, we have our entertainment guru, Dion Alexander, a.k.a. Brandy Gillespie. What's going on, Brandon?
Hey, what's good?
Man, what's going on? I missed y'all so much. First of all, Ramon, what have you been doing since quarantine?
I've really just been quarantining, just quarantining, going to work, trying to stay out the way. That's about all.
Brandon, what about you?
Oh, I've been just chilling, just letting everything go by day, pretty much it.
Amen. So, Tea Timers, for those of you who are new to the channel and may not know the history, Ramone, Brandon, myself, and our castmate, Jesse Bruce, have a show on this channel called The Tea. We have been on hiatus since the beginning of the coronavirus. We were actually the very first show to start filming and recording. And then everybody, once the coronavirus came, our studio shut down. Everybody else had in-home studios, and they continued on, and we went on a break. But like I said, you guys have asked me, and you keep asking me, so I wanted to invite y'all to have a mini reunion, and I am so happy that you guys said yes. So thank y'all so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about it too. I want to talk about this Church's Chicken. What was you ordering when the lady asked you about where we was at? Did you get three for three? I know I'm gonna get 3 for 3. What you get?
I had to have a 3-piece, 2 breasts, 1 thigh, with mashed potatoes and coleslaw and purple pepper sauce. It was when I asked for the purple pepper sauce that she was like, "You got a show with your guys, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She like, "What y'all show is?" And I was like, "We went on break for due to coronavirus. Our studio shut down." But you guys, our studio is back open.
Oh wow!
So possibly,
yeah.
Wait, I don't want to make any commitments on camera. We'll talk about that on camera. So,
okay.
What is everybody drinking? I see a cocktail in hands.
Mimosa.
Yes, mimosa.
This a Monster Energy drink. I just want to pour into something nice.
Oh. This man is crazy, y'all. Well, look, we got introductions out of the way. Let's move into hot topic.
Let's go.
That's good. Okay, so this week, guys, was supposed to be the week that Joe Biden introduced us to his running mate for the vice president for the election. This happening on November 3rd this year. However, he and his team have decided to push back the announcement in time for the National Democratic Convention.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I really want to talk, especially to you guys and our guests and our viewers, because some may not know who the front runners are for this for the vice president. So we have Senator Kamala Harris. Right. She is from California. We have former National Security Advisor and United States Ambassador of the United Nations, Susan Rice. We have former Georgia House of Representatives leader Stacey Abrams. We also have Atlanta's mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms. And those are all for the women of color. And then we have two non-women of color, who is Amy Klobuchar, Amy Klobuchar, who's the senator from Minnesota, and Elizabeth Warren, who's also a U.S. senator. Now, my question to you, I'm asking Brandy first, because I already know Ramone is going to shock us. So let me just go to Brandy first. Now, Brandy, the expectation since the beginning of Joe Biden's campaign, especially with so much support from Black women, and then so many Black women being vocal in politics this political season, and those people have backed Joe Biden. So the expectation for Joe Biden to choose a Black running mate is very high. Do you think that if he chooses Amy Klobuchar or Elizabeth Warren, that it's going to hurt his Black vote?
I really can't say that. Also, I kind of feel as though it really depends on the Black people as a whole, as far as just actually voting, as far as Black women goes. Whoever, Lord Jesus, got thrown off. Sorry. Can you edit it? Can you edit it? I really don't have that much of an opinion on it.
Okay, so Ramone, can you tell us about, what do you think? Do you think that it's going to hurt the Black vote if he chooses Amy Klobuchar or Elizabeth Warren?
I mean, I think at this present moment, it really doesn't matter who he has as a running mate as far as the Black vote is concerned. I just think that African Americans and minorities, rather, are gets to a point where they get tired of Trump and wants Trump out. I mean, I think Biden's going to automatically have a lot of the minority vote simply because he has an attachment to everyone's favorite, y'all favorite, Barack Obama. So if they like Barack Obama, in a certain instance, they're going to automatically want to vote for Biden. Now, I think with him choosing a Black African-American female as a running mate, I think that he's wanting to use that as far as additional ammunition to get all of the Black vote, and not only the Black vote, but also all of the women's voting, in order to make this historic move as far as a woman being the first elected vice president.
So what about the things that, and you breaking up just a little bit, Ramone, what about what Joe Biden has been, some of the stuff that he's been saying, like when he spoke with Charlamagne the God, he said, if you don't vote for me, if I have to tell you the difference between voting for me and Trump, then you're not Black. Just a couple of days ago, you guys, there's a noise in the background somewhere too. But he was saying, also a couple of days ago, he said that the Latino community is so much more diverse than the Black community, and especially in his views on politics. Now, to me, it was a strange thing to say, especially since you are hoping for the Black vote in order to get you elected. Do you think these comments are hurting him?
Well, I mean, at this point, again, I go back to he feels that he already has the majority of the minority vote already, because what other options do you really have outside of him? Just being honest. So either you want him or you want Trump. So I think that that's a winning factor automatically right there that he feels. So I really believe that he feels like regardless of who his running mate is, I do want to say I do respect Ms. Harris, but I don't think that she would be a good running mate at all. But hey.
Well, that leads me to my next question. Who do you think is a good ticket to win?
I mean, I can't say because it's not my campaign, but I mean, each female has something that she can bring, and each woman also has something that can damage the actual campaign. Right. But I think at this point, again, it doesn't really matter, who he really has.
Who would you like to see on the ticket with Joe Biden?
Well, I mean, I know you may think it's a stretch. I wish you could have brought Al Gore back.
Really?
Yeah.
Al Gore?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I'm interested.
I just have a liking for Al Gore and some of the things he say I've just always been a fan of Al Gore.
Brandon, who do you think a good ticket would be with Joe Biden?
Beyonce. I think she'll do well because 1+1, you know, 1+1 always going to be 2.
Girl, what she about to be the president for the Avatar?
Well, from the White House to Capitol Hill to your front door, this week Congress is supposed to let us know what's going to happen with the $600 unemployment benefit that unemployed workers have been receiving. However, they weren't able to come to a decision. So President Trump has, as he has said, had to step in for the American people, quote unquote. Now, he signed 4 executive orders, and he has extended this $400, this $600. He's lowered it to $400, but has extended it throughout the year. Now, my question to do, because we have on social media, there has been so much discord about essential workers versus the unemployment workers who are receiving this benefit. So I know that we have an essential worker on the line with us now, and we also have someone who lost their job due to coronavirus or in circumstances because of coronavirus. So I have questions for both of you concerning the situations. Ramone, as a essential worker, do you think that the government should be doing something to assist in the people who have not had a break and constantly putting themselves in harm's way as an essential worker? Do you think they should have some type of funding towards the essential worker?
I mean, I do think that they should have some type of package that is set up for, you know, the individuals that they consider as essential, because at this moment, these are the individuals that are actually making America move. I mean, I've really been quiet to a certain extent about, you know, how I really feel about it, because I do understand that sometimes, you know, anyway. But I do feel as though that, I mean, I think it's something that's necessary. I think that people do need, you know, the ones that's not, you know, working, but I do feel like that it needs to be a package for us who's putting ourselves on the line.
I agree totally. Brandon, let me ask this. Unemployed workers are in the midst of a pandemic without a job. Some are looking for a job. Some kids can't go back to school right now, so that's really putting them in a jam with not going back to work because there's nobody to watch their kids. But still, the Republicans in Congress are saying that they want to end the $600 benefit. As an unemployed worker at the moment, how damaging would that be if an unemployed worker loses that $600 benefit?
Well, it really depends on the person's lifestyle. Like, it really depends on if they have kids. It depends on their bills. It depends on if they was getting the extra $600, what they did with it. It really depends on their lifestyle. I really can't go off of just my own, you know, how I feel about it, because what I went through, you know, it just depends really on the person's lifestyle to me, and how they really manage their money.
So you think that a $275 check would be enough to sustain a household?
No, I do not. But I do really do wish they would like cut something for everyone, for essential workers, non-essential, and for those that are not, you know, working at the current moment. Like, I wish they could just do something where everyone would be happy and not to have this kind of like war we had like 2 or 3 weeks ago on Facebook and on social media about unemployed and those that are employed.
Well, the real victim, Ramone, you wanted to say something?
I mean, but if you made a statement a little bit earlier, and you stated that, do you think that $275 is enough? But what I want to bring to the table is I've been unemployed before in the past. And in any other circumstance, this is what I want people to understand. Any other circumstance, you get $275. That's all you get. I don't care if you're making $100,000 a year or $9 an hour. The most you're going to get in the state of Alabama is $275. So I'm kind of appreciative that people are during this time are getting, you know, some extra funds, you know, right, as far as to do extra with. But in normal circumstances, we cannot forget that the normal amount is $275.
Should there be a different amount for those that actually caught COVID-19 and are trying to recover from it? Should they get a different amount for everyone else?
Well, that was actually my next question. To me, the real victims are the people who have contracted the virus. They are only getting a 2-week severance pay or 2 weeks pay from their job and incurring thousands of dollars in medical bills. So my question is, are there organizations, are there government funds that are helping these people who may have been essential workers and caught the virus from their job? Or, they may have been, to me, those are the real victims. Not only do they have to deal with this horrible virus, but now they have to deal with trying to make ends meet after it's gone, or even while they are going through it. So, Brandon, do you think that it should be some funds allocated to those people?
Yes, I do feel like there should be some funds, there should be some deductions, there should be some things they should be able to get for free. I feel there should be a lot of things just open and available to them, because they were hit more hard than anyone else. They actually contracted the virus. And then Trump wants to get over it. Hey, I've heard cases of people saying they've gotten over it and then eventually passing away. So I feel like they should do something to just make sure they're straight before anyone else.
I agree. What do you think, Ramone? Should there be some funds allocated to those people?
The people who contract coronavirus, that's
right. That's right.
Well, I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, they put that on the shoulders of the organization that you work for. So it's upon what kind of program they have that's actually set up. In my mind, it's kind of like some people are getting paid to be safe and to not be in certain situations, while other people are being paid to put themselves in situations. Because in my mind, how I look at the extra benefit is that the government is making sure that you have enough money so that you can be able to sit down and be safe and not spread the coronavirus. If you're not working, then where else you going? And you're supposed to be kind of staying at home and making sure that you're safe so that you don't be a part of the problem.
Well, you don't think that they need to go to the grocery store for essentials or?
Well, I'm not referring to the essential. I understand that everyone has to do the essential things. I'm referring to extracurricular activities, parties, get-togethers, going over here, going over there, being here, being there. I really believe, and this is just my opinion, that it was given to try to help to contain the virus. So, okay, these people aren't working. We give them enough. We give them an excess amount of money, more than part of what they have been making even before. They should really be able to be at home and sit still for a while and not be a part of the problem. But it has been the total opposite. It has not had that effect at all. It's been 100% opposite. And I know I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I had to just be honest. Everybody who's getting it, they feel some type of way when somebody say something about it. But some of those very, very own people, because they are making an amount of money that they've never making before, they have started to change how they operate and some of the things they say and how they start to look down on other individuals that may not be financially blessed as they are because of the pandemic. So as much as they want to articulate and go into how people are being fussy and it's not their money, who really cares if it's not affecting you, we also have to look at how some people are representing themselves because they're getting this extra money. Some people have been very nasty. Some people have really evolved and started looking down on other people because of this amount. That's the problem as well. But nobody want to talk about that.
Well, and my big issue is when you do speak out and your opinion differs from the masses, now you're quote unquote hating on black people, and that's not the case. As a person who has been working since I was 15 and still working throughout the pandemic, I feel like I have a right to say what I want to say or what my point of view is, especially on the topic that I'm paying into.
I get you.
So if I got a viewpoint, I'm not hating on black people just because mine differs from the masses.
Listen, my opinion is my opinion. If you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. and some things that other people may say I don't agree as well. But I'm not here to have my opinion changed. I'm not here to be persuaded. You have to stand for what you believe. And if that's what I feel, that's what I feel. And I really don't care about another person's opinion. That's their opinion.
Well, the purpose of me asking this was simply because I feel like when you're on two different sides of the spectrum, sometimes you don't hear what the other person is saying. So I was hoping that Brandy could give a testament or speak towards people who are in need of this assistance that the government is giving because of their situation due to the pandemic. And I was hoping that you, Ramone, could speak to the situation of essential workers who have not had an opportunity to even take a moment off during this pandemic since March. And we somehow can get a message to the other side from our audience hearing us have this dialogue. So thank you guys so much. Now, from a hard knocks life to softcore porn. Yesterday, the visual and the song from Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion entitled "WAP," wet ass vagina. I don't want to say the other word. First of all, Brandon, you are our entertainment guru. When you saw this video, what was your thought?
Well, when I first saw it, I just thought Warner Brothers was tied into some kind of way because it was so cartoonish. But I thought it was cute. It was still kind of dated to me. All they were doing, walking around, showing different poses and different shots. It's pretty much the same thing to me. I hear a lot of people really mad about it, saying they could have been more lyrical. But what did you expect? That's what they give. That's what Cardi B and the Megan Thee Stallion always talk about. What you thought it was gonna do like a handheld song or something, where y'all, or you thought it was gonna do like an uplifting black movement like Beyonce did. No, they gonna drop like it's hot like they normally do, and they stuck to the script. So what you mad for? Either you gonna play it in the club or turn it off. Me personally, I like it.
Yeah.
Ramone, what you think?
Ramone, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, the song overall, I think it's okay. This is just my own personal opinion. The song is okay. The video is okay. I mean, it's something that's coming. I do think that in this video that Cardi B really makes Megan Thee Stallion look very masculine.
Make her look what?
Masculine. Like her body is, but she's a beautiful woman. I'm not taking anything away from her. But Cardi B is so small and she's petite, and it makes Megan Thee Stallion look kind of masculine. As far as the music, my personal opinion, I don't know if it's the truth, but it seems like that this is a song that Cardi B really wanted her to be on. Because if you listen to Megan Thee Stallion's verse, her verse really ignites the song. Just being honest. But if you listen to the beat, it's the same beat from Big Old Freak. So, of course, she's going to flow a lot better with a beat that she used to. It's the same beat from Big Old Freak. I didn't know whether she was Storm or trying to play Auntie May on the play, but the gray hair was a no for me.
Well, I think Cardi B is beautiful, but as far as Megan Thee Stallion goes, I'm not going to say anything negative about Megan Thee Stallion because she's like a girl that can hold her own. I don't want to say anything or make her mad. Right. Like you said, she looks very masculine, and I don't feel like Megan Thee Stallion, you did great, baby. I love it. You awesome. Keep doing it. Keep pushing yourself.
Right. No, I'm just saying that their bodies, Cardi B body is so small and petite versus Megan is more of a even tone, tall, kind of more woman. So she's compared to Cardi B. Cardi B, let me get rephrase it then before people get mad. Cardi B looks softer. I mean, I guess that's the thing. Yeah,
wait. You said you're going to make it better, right? Yeah.
Okay, I give up.
So a lot of people have been saying the lyrics are so vulgar, and that's been one of the biggest complaints, especially from women. But I do want to say this. I want to offer this. Women have been in charge of their sexuality for quite some time, especially in music. In the 1950s, we had Ruth Brown. She had made a song, "If I Can't Sell It, I'm gonna sit down on it." In the 1960s, we had Millie Jackson Millie Jackson made a song called Slow Tongue, and she made another song called If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right. In the 1970s, we had LaBelle. The chorus of that song literally said, "Do you want to sleep with me tonight?" With Lady Marmalade. In the 1980s, we had Donna Summer with "I Love to Love You, Baby" and "Bad Girl" and Hot Stuff. In the 90s, we had Kim, we had Foxy, we had Trina. This is nothing new. And for women to want to be in charge of their bodies, when they're pushing back saying men should not have a say in abortion or how women use their bodies, then equally you should take charge of your sexuality. When you see another woman that's owning her sexuality, no matter what it is, it shouldn't offend you.
Right.
You should be there saying, okay, that's her and her kid and her queendom. My queendom may operate a little differently, but you shouldn't just be like, oh, okay, well, she trash because she talking about these things. Because I know girls in my generation who can rap Lil' Kim Big Mama Thing lyrics for word.
Hello?
And they sit up here criticizing WAP. Go ahead, Ramone.
I'm one of them, but also don't be a hypocrite. If that's something you're doing anyway in your personal life, then why are you mad because they talking about it? Because most folks doing it anyway. And they thinking that way anyway. And you can hear about how some people's conversation be, and you just know. But why be a hypocrite? So it's okay for you to do it in private, but then they can't talk about it in public. It's just life. And now people saying, oh, role models, they have a brand. And it's not upon a whole stranger to be a role model for millions of kids. That started at home. So let that go.
And let's not just talk about female rappers. Let's talk about Madonna back in the MTV days when she was on stage on top of a giant penis. And no one said anything like that. She might have had a little bit of criticism at the beginning, but they let her go and they consider her an icon. So it's okay for her to be on stage with giant penises and naked men on stage. But that's okay for her. But when a black female rapper want to get up and just spit, a couple of nasty lyrics and then look deep, still tasteful, but talking nasty, that's a problem.
Who is Madonna?
Lady Gaga without the powder.
Oh, never heard of it. Never heard of it before. I'm sorry.
From two black American princesses to Black is King and B7. Now, Beyonce and Brandy released new projects this week. Brandy's long-awaited 7th album and Beyonce's Disney-backed Black is King. Go ahead.
You said new music?
Well, no, I said new project. Not new music, new project.
You said Brandy.
Okay.
I thought you said Brandon. I said, I ain't released the album yet.
I thought you said people released 2 new music. I'm sorry.
After talking to you the other day, I changed my commentary. So I made sure to say new projects. So what we're talking about is, I had never saw Lion King. Well, let me finish this and we'll get into it. All right, so, and Beyonce released her Disney-backed Black is King, which skyrocketed Disney downloads by 31 million people. Now, first, let's talk about B7. Let's get B7 out the way, because I think that's going to be a quick conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay, now, a lot of my Facebook friends have been like advocating for B7. I love Brandy. I think she's one of the best singers in the world. But when I heard B7, I was totally lost. And they was like, well, you need to get lifted and, listen to it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I got lifted and I listened to it, and it gave me a major headache. Like trying to follow it. I know you are a fan of Brandy. What was your thought?
I mean, yes, I am a big fan of Brandy. I think that she is what y'all consider as Beyonce of the 90s. Her name was everywhere. Everything was about her. But this B7, I just really can't rock with it. I listened to it 3 times, and finally, I like one of the actual songs. It's called Bipolar. I think that's my favorite song off the whole album that I really got past 30 seconds. Seems like that she's stuck in Full Moon. A lot of artists from that time frame, they kind of get stuck in the climax where they were at, because that's what they were being pushed to be and pushed to be more of because it was selling. But I think she's stuck at Full Moon, and she just needs to get with the time. The last album, 211, it was more of a push for what music is right now. But she not moving with the time. I ain't like it. I'm sorry.
I agree with you, Ramon. When I first heard about it, I waited till the next morning because I knew Beyonce and Brandy both dropped some on the same day. And I turned on Brandy first because I ain't seen Brandy in years. You know, I'm rooting for Brandy. But in the first, minute and a half, I kind of just switched over and went on over to Beyonce. And went on over to Beyonce and just got stuck into all the beautiful visuals. I tried Brandy. I really did. I really was rooting for her, and I tried to listen to her, but I really didn't too care for her. Hopefully her next project will be better, because I really like Brandy. I really think that she is an icon. Did a lot. When I was growing up, all I heard on the radio was Brandy and a couple of other girls, but she really ran the game. When she first came out with her, was it the Cinderella movie? Glued to the TV. They were selling bootleg copies and everything back in the day. So I was really rooting for Brandy, but you ain't give it to me like I wanted to this time, Brandy.
Well, it's a Yahtzee. B7 is a no. So let's move on to Black is King. Like, oh my God. So you guys, this is what happened. I had never saw The Lion King before. I thought it was, I did see it, but I went to sleep on it because it was so boring to me. Like, I don't even remember Beyonce being her voice being in the movie because I went to sleep on it. And I did see The Gift because it looked completely boring to me. So when I saw Black is King, I was one of the 31 million that downloaded Disney just to see Black is King. When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, like what a great representation of the Black experience in Black culture. And I'm just talking to Ramone, and Ramone was like, you do know them just old songs from The Lion King, don't it? And I was like, no, they not. And he's like, yeah. So I did my research, and he was right. Like, these were just Lion King songs and songs from The Gift that she just put visuals to. But to me, it was just epic dopeness. Like, especially since I didn't correlate the movie and The Gift with this project. So to me, it was just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Ramone, what did you think? Like, I know you knew all the backstory about it. So with the backstory that you already knew, what did you think when you saw Black is King?
Here we go.
I think Black and King, visually, it was appealing to the eye. Choreography, I think, was great. I mean, I think the visuals and the overall concept, just being honest, it's nothing that really Beyonce ever really came out with that's been a fool. So, I mean, normally she's a very talented person. And I mean, I really like her. I mean, marketing, she was a marketing genius for this because how she presented it was, oh, this is Black is King. It's about Black power and, you know, all of the universe. And she positioned it like it was a whole new album. But it wasn't a whole new album. It was an album that had already came out. And I just feel like that she, marketing and business-wise, she's a very intelligent African-American woman. And she used what she knew to get her even more money. And some people saying, oh, well, it wasn't about the money for her because she already rich. Listen, if you have money, you are more stressed than the people who don't have money because you are more stressed with trying to make sure you maintain the lifestyle that you have. So she can be a billionaire and she still got to keep making money to keep that lifestyle that she actually has. But I just feel like it was a misrepresentation of how she, like it was new, but it was nothing new. She changed the whole name of it. And then she made Disney money because people who wanted to see it had to download it and pay for it. And then people say, oh, well, it's a free trial. Just being real, how many people remember to call them people back? Come on now.
Oh, no, it wasn't a free trial.
I done had Disney Plus for a minute.
Well, most people don't get Disney Plus. That's why it was so big for them. And just think how much ever it costs, how many ever, 90 million, 31 million, just think how many hundreds of $1 million that Disney made off of it as well. I mean, it's just a visual album for the kids.
I'm just one of those people. I think that maybe this project had already just backstopped. And they're like, okay, when this run out, we're gonna release this, and we're just gonna rebrand it and call it something else. To me, that's just how it seemed because the material, especially like now since the coronavirus is going on, it wasn't any social distancing. mask was happening. So to me, I thought, well, maybe it's one of those things that was already done, and then it was like, okay, when we run out of this, then we're gonna release this to get it back on. Because to me, Beyonce is really pursuing an EGOT status. She wants the Grammy, the Emmy, the Tony, and the Oscar. Because she's already reached these high accolades, and the expectation for Beyonce is she really sets the level in entertainment industry. Brandy, I know I cut you off and you didn't get a chance to say what you thought when you first saw Black is King. What did you think?
I thought it was very beautiful.
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way that Ramone does when it comes to just being a marketing genius. I think Beyonce is very smart when it comes to that. I will give her that, and I will say that a lot of the negative backlash about the demonic stuff and how the horns was representation of Satan or something, and really I kind of feel like she was just trying to, just showcase African culture. And a lot of people that's not familiar with it is going to just brand as being something that's not of God, and it's just horrible. But at the same time, though, she was just showing what's been around for generations. It's just something that's been there. Yeah. I don't think the majority of those religions are about peace and harmony for real. So I don't know. Everyone has different opinions about it. I saw Beyonce. If you're listening, I love it. Everything you do is great. So keep doing it.
Right. The only thing else I got to say is that none of my ancestors were avatars. Didn't see no pictures of my ancestors being blue. So we can move on. Well,
we have to say this because we'll be doing a disservice if we do this representation comes from the Dinka tribe, and the Dinka tribe did use big headdresses with horns. They used lip plates, and those horns and those lip plates served as ceremonious head dressings to show wealth and prominence in the community. So people really have to do their research. On this, especially when they make claims about witchcraft and demonic stuff when referring to African religion. Just because it differs from Christianity or what they grew up with, these are those people's religion, and it doesn't represent anything demonic. So before you make those statements, make sure you educate yourself. Now, we're going to end it on that note because I have a game that I want to play with y'all.
Do it involve pencils and ink pens and paper?
No, I'm going to read off facts to you guys. The game is called Who Did It?
Okay.
This episode, we are doing Beyonce or Brandy. So I'm going to read off facts to you guys. I'm going to ask, after I read out the facts, I'm going to ask whichever person who the fact is about, and you give me your answer. The first person to answer all questions, have the most answers, correct answers, wins the game.
Okay. Well, can I make one disclosure real quick before the game?
Sure.
Okay. I just wanted to give a shout out to Carlos Dansby, the African-American NFL football player that's originally from Woodlawn, Alabama. He is opening up one of the, as far as I know of, a major grocery store chain in Birmingham, Alabama, 1 in 5 Points West. He also purchased the old Walmart in Fairfield. That's going to be the distribution center as well as the grocery store. I just wanted to congratulate him, especially with so much going on in the world right now, and he's doing something major for Birmingham.
Congratulations. That's right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So you guys, I'm so sorry I had to sneeze. I did not want to.
Bless you.
Okay, so thank you. So here's the game. This diva said in a very rare interview about the other divas, to not respect greatness is a disgrace. Now, Brandon, was that Brandy or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Ramone, was that Brandy or Beyonce?
Donna Summers.
No, you got to choose from the two people.
Brandy.
That indeed was Brandy. In 2005, Barbie introduced this diva with her own doll. Brandon, was that Beyonce or Brandon? Brandy.
Beyonce.
Ramone. In 2005, Barbara introduced.
It was Brandy. It was Brandy, and they actually had two. It was one for Cinderella and one for her pop. So it was two of them.
Well, in 2003, it was actually Beyonce. Brandy was in 1999. Beyonce was in 2003.
Oh, okay.
The score is 1-up. All right. This diva parent is fighting breast cancer. Brandon, is that Beyonce or Brandy?
I'm trying to think of how Brandy's hair looked in that video. Brandy.
Ramone, this diva's parent is fighting breast cancer. Beyonce or Brandy?
Well, since Beyonce never talks about family, she's very private. I can't say it's her mom, so I would have to go with Brandy.
This was actually Beyonce. Her dad has breast cancer.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
He has breast cancer?
Breast cancer.
Right. Prayers out to you, Mr. Knowles. You are a marketing and business guru to me, and I adore you.
Right. That's right. So score still 1-1. All right. So next question. This diva appeared on Sesame Street in a song with Elmo. Brandon, is that Beyonce or Brandy?
That sounds like Beyonce back in her Destiny Child days.
Ramone, Beyonce or Brandy?
It was Beyonce.
That was indeed Beyonce. Okay, the score is 2-up. All right. Both divas have secret relationships and have had secret marriages. But which diva said, I didn't want to make a big deal out of my wedding? Was that Beyonce or Brandy? Brandon.
Well, I know when Brandy was her MTV special, so I'm going with Beyonce.
Ramone, Beyonce or Brandy?
It was Brandy because it was her.
It was indeed Brandy. Brandy said she wanted to keep her wedding on low profile, so she did not have her wedding.
Well, that's because she wasn't ever married. But go ahead.
That's right. She really wasn't married to the guy, and she didn't tell that to you until later.
Right.
Last question. Now the score is Ramone has 2, Brandon has 1. Each diva's third album has been deemed one of their greatest bodies of work. Which diva lost the much anticipated AMA Awards for their third album? Brandon, was that Beyonce or Brandy?
Beyonce, she lost that one.
Ramone, each diva third album.
You ain't got to repeat it because I already know.
Who is it?
It was Beyonce because Brandy's third album was Full Moon, and that would gain her to be the vocal Bible.
Well, but she lost the AMA. The answer was actually Brandy.
Oh, wow.
She lost the AMA, and everybody thought because of the vocal Bible reference that she was going to win that AMA award, and she did not win. That's right. So the winner of this Who Did It was Ramone. Ramone, congratulations. So you guys, I have totally enjoyed you guys. Hopefully soon we can reconnect on the T and get things going again. We'll talk about that and we'll keep you guys informed. So Ramone, Brandon, thank you guys for being here with me and giving your opinions and your viewpoints to the people. I appreciate that. Tea Timers, I have enjoyed my time with you guys. I'm sure the other the tea officiants have enjoyed their time with y'all too.
I have.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and come back so you guys can find out what's the tea for real. Yes.
See y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Yo, can't will. And I had some concerns, and I thought, what better time than to address them than right now? So here we go. Yo. Hey, check me out. Hey. Let's have a conversation about the world and the way things are now. Come chop it up with me. But just a second. About terrorism and World War III. Yo.